Cenat. The fact that he chose to think of this crazy idea is honestly, like, not honestly, let me not even say it. It's not even surprising to me. Streamers University. Now, I did just put a reaction out to the fact that, you know, he said this thing. I reacted to the trailer and everything. Saw a dude that I think his name was started with a G or Reggie. No, Reggie. And I ain't never really watched his content, but I knew of him. But yeah, that's kind of cool that they had him in the video as well. Yeah, that's just the video. All right. Enroll now. Enroll as a professor. I wonder what the professors are going to be like. I don't think you can showcase your student life, your academic story. Hold on. We got the shit right here. Benefits of being a streamer university student. Showcase your student life. Your academic story will be on display in front of not only your audience, but many other audiences as well. At Streamer University, all students and professors are creators. There will be cameras everywhere, streaming to a variety of audiences of many different platforms. Meet other creators. The entire event is a collaborative effort involving many creative peers, industry leaders, and professionals. You will have the opportunity to organically meet with everyone. Actually learn useful info. While most classes will be fun, entertaining, and collaborative, some classes will actually provide quality information on how to better yourself as creators. Your future success is important to us. Notable courses. What the fuck? The top one: sex education, business management, music production, film and acting, and many more. That's tough. When it comes to they had, oh shit, I was right. All right. Let me pull it up before I even get there. So enroll now. Okay. I'm just not gonna submit it. But so first off, we got personal assessment. If you can take any course, what course are you certain you'll pass with an A+? Growth. But when it came to this, let me just say what I said. So it said, if you could take any course, what course are you certain you'll pass with an A? I said history, because back in high school, I had history on lock. You feel me? Wasn't always A's, but it was never a fucking C or D. So you feel me? So, but yeah. So I chose history because honestly, I like history, and I think it's very important for us all to know our history. So, anyways, moving on. What subject did you struggle on the most in school? I said math, but this is the crazy part. Until I hit like freshman year, like, oh shit, am I lagging? Oh damn. Yeah, with math, bro, I was trash. I started struggling around what the fuck? Freshman year. Like, algebra wasn't hard, but that's when it really was like, all right, you're not getting A's and B's. Like, all right, I got like a C here and there. You feel me? And sophomore year, we had geometry. Fuck geometry, bro. I was cheating. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But moving on. What subject, did you struggle most in school? Math, for sure. Especially like sophomore and junior year. If you were in a group of 4 students, honestly, I think a lot of it has to do with teachers too. Because my senior year, I did great in math, and I just had a really good teacher who was really like chill and like worked with me. And I was never embarrassed to ask for extra help. You feel me? Because like my pride would never get in the way of me getting a good grade. You feel me? So even though sometimes I did do bad, it was mainly just the amount of effort I chose to put in myself. But I digress. So if you were to move, wait, my bad, I'm struggling. If you were in a group of 4 students, which of these best describes how you contribute to the project? So, I already know what I answered, but let me read them. So, the leader, great at telling people what to do, but also not afraid to put in work themselves. The slacker, does the minimal amount of work. The overachiever does the most and gets the best grade. The last minute hero, procrastinates until the last minute, then goes all in. The ghost did absolutely nothing, but their name is on the project at the end of it. So I have been all of these. All right, I've been every single one of these people. And I think only one time I was the ghost, honestly, because I felt bad, I think, after that, and then got my shit together. But when it came to what I answered for this, I put the leader because it depends on what the subject is, but I'm not afraid to be like, hey, This is the way I truly believe we can succeed if we do it this way. If it's like a set project, but even if it's a creative project where you have to make your own answer to something. Say, for instance, when I was in high school, I had this class where it was the engineering class, and you had to find certain ways to do certain things, but you had to create it with only like the tools that were given to you. There's no one set way, and I always excelled at that, you know. So I feel as though if there was a group project where we had to think outside the box in order to like succeed, I'm definitely your guy, you feel me? But if there's like I don't know, if there's like a set way, I'm definitely still there, and I'm definitely helping. I don't think I'm gonna get the job done, but I'm not an overachiever. I'm gonna get the job done, you know? And I don't see anything wrong with being an overachiever. It's just that there's a lot of energy you can save and still do really, really well. So, but I also can be a last minute hero too sometimes, you know. The slacker, not really. I don't think I'll be a slacker. I don't like the idea of people thinking they can do better than me for the most part. Anyways, in less than 3 sentences, how would your future roommate at Streaming University describe you as their roommate? I said like it's how they would describe you, and this is what a description I've gotten from other people except the first part, but I know because niggas don't like to admit it. I'm one of the funniest niggas I know, right? There are niggas who are funnier than me, but I'm definitely up there with like the funniest niggas around. So I definitely was like, all right, funny. Like, he's funny, but takes life a little too seriously. And I've gotten that a few times as well. Like, not even takes life too seriously, but is like serious. And I'd be joking, which is crazy because I don't even realize people think I'm really like this serious guy. And it's probably because when I'm chilling, I got more of like a serious face on, or maybe I'm thinking about something like I don't know. I think about like creating scenes or whatever. Like, funny, could be a little too serious, and what did I put for the other? Because I'm sure I put something else. Creative. So I am very creative when it comes into most things. Like, I have creativity in a bunch of different fields, but it's like I never truly double down on one. Besides like YouTube and content creation, I worked in VR making films a little bit here and there. Let's see. I did do a little bit of gaming videos. I did do a little bit of public interviews. I mean, for like the past 2 years, I've been working with 3D printing. I did post on my Instagram and on my TikTok. Damn, my helmet is downstairs. Anyways, I left my helmet downstairs, but I got this. This is a shoulder guard for Spartan, and I created a full Spartan suit. It's kind of hard to wear at the moment, but I'm still working out the kinks, so as you can see. So I have like a lot of different types of creative passions. So I thought that's what my roommate would describe me as. Next up, what school club would you definitely join/create at Streaming University? So like I just was talking about, 3D printing was one of my creatives, which is why my roommate would say I'm creative. Like I said, created my own full Spartan suit. I would definitely start a 3D printing club. There are some things that I'm sure people are surprised that you can make with just 3D printing. And it opens a lot of opportunities up for, you know, you're just showing your creative passions. Well, it's not too difficult to learn how to start 3D printing and all that, but it is like a little bit of a learning curve. It took me, like, I'll say, because it's like any creative passion. There's definitely a curve to it, like even with content creation. But yeah, I think 3D printing is a strong suit of mine. And while it is becoming more common, it's still pretty difficult to get into. But I think teaching it would be really cool as well. So that's where I would shine, and that's why I chose that as my club. On a scale of 1 to 10, being extremely dirty or being squeaky clean, how clean is your room? Not gonna lie, gang, I be living like on the edge of dirty, but like not like gremlin type dirty, but like I be having water bottles in my room, maybe like a few dishes here and there, but like, man, the way if you was to hear my family talk about it, they would swear I'm in here just living like a fucking bum, bro. Like they'll say shit like trash, but it's not though. It ain't even trash for the most part. Right now, my room's like somewhat clean. I got like 3 water bottles. Some like 2 of them aren't even like completely empty because I just forget that I have one up here. And a tiny bit of trash and 1 dish. You feel me? And then besides that, I'm straight. You know. So it ain't trifling, but it can get dirty. So I put a 4. You feel me? 1 being the worst, like most dirty, and then 5 being like you're in between, and then 10 being super clean. I say I'm like a 4. You feel me? Like I'm not trifling, but it can get a little, but it's like I'm gonna take care of it. Don't worry, I ain't gonna let that shit sit for too long. What meal would you want to be served in the cafeteria at Stream University? I just said pizza. You feel me? Like I'm not really picky. I'll eat a fucking potato if a nigga just baked a potato and was like, here with some salt, I smack that. You feel me? You know, I'm gonna eat most things, you know, and I also want to try a lot of new food too. But anyways, if Cenat rated your stream or gave you an audience of 100K viewers right now, what would you do to keep them watching, bro? I would tell, like, I haven't told these stories because, you know, I'm like, my channel wasn't focused on storytelling, but bro, I got some crazy ass stories of my biggest fumbles or just like my relationships, bro. Which, you know, it's not uncommon, but bro, I have done some real, bruh, like I can't even think about it. But yeah, I feel like I would keep niggas engaged with all the shit that I did when I was like just interacting with people or just like, nigga, yeah, I don't even want to talk about it right now at least. But yeah, I said I'll talk about my biggest fumbles. I feel like fumbling a bitch, I don't even talk like that. Fumbling a girl will have most niggas like, but like it's like relatable, but it's like depends on how you fumble. Cause I fumbled kind of hard a few of those times, and it wouldn't even. Never mind. Let's move on. Answer these 3 questions so that we can gauge your academic standing. Answer them correctly may or may not qualify you for academic. All right, I'm not gonna lie. On my actual application, I looked up one of the answers to these. I'm not gonna lie. Don't hate me for it, but I did look it up. 2 friends, Sam and Alex, are saving money. Sam starts with $20 and saves $5 per week. Alex starts with $40 and saves $3 per week. After how many weeks will they have the same amount of money? Take that back. I cheated. No, I don't know if it's cheating, because like in school you're allowed a calculator. So I'm like, you know, I didn't like, technically it shouldn't be counted as cheating. I did do it in my you feel me, in my mind, but I was just like, it's easier to do with a calculator. But I definitely could have just did it off like the top of my head. You feel me? So I just didn't. But I could have. So the answer, if you can't figure out the answer on your own, you're fucking slow. Anyways, I answered all 3 of these correct. Though, if I didn't cheat, I cheated on this one. Like, I didn't cheat on these 2, but I definitely cheated on this one. And which planet has the most moons in our solar system? I was gonna say Jupiter, bro. Which I was like, that's got to be correct, because it's always constantly saving us as an Earth from collisions with asteroids. And I was sure that like, since it's so strong with its gravitational pull, that it would have more moons. You feel me? Turns out Saturn was the correct answer. Yeah, so I had to look that up, because I was like, it's Jupiter, but I was like, that don't sound right. So I looked it up. So I'm not gonna lie, I did cheat on that one. You feel me? Don't feel bad about it. You know, studying is a part of school. I technically studied during the test. I'm lying. Anyways, how many push-ups can you do in 1 minute? I'll say a cool 30. Cool 30. Nothing crazy. Shit. Can I do 30 push-ups in a minute? Yeah, I can do 30 push-ups in a minute. How many sit-ups can you do in a minute? I said 30 as well. Maybe 35. You feel me? Like sit-ups, it depends on what type of sit-ups. If we're talking crunches, I can do 30 for sure. But actual sit-ups, I'm pushing it when I hit 30. But I think I can do it. Jumping jacks, how many can you do in a minute? I said 45. Jumping jacks are not difficult. And if you were to make a fist but still leave enough room inside your fist to be able to blow air through, could you accurately blow the same amount of air through your fist with 1 inch away from your mouth and then 3 inches away from your mouth? Weird ass question. I don't know what the fuck made you think this question, but I said yeah I can, because I can. But weird ass question. Can you bite your elbow? Fuck no. Fuck no. Mind you, I didn't even know this was happening. All I knew about this was I found out like last night. Hence why I posted my TikTok at a horrible time. Yeah, bro, I found out this shit was happening last night. Turns out when he first announced this shit, so many people got onto this website that shit crashed. Like, and I saw plenty of creators mad. Like, bro, if you're not an actual content creator, do not get on this shit, which I completely understand and respect. I definitely believe that's the case. If you have not created content once in your life, but then somehow jump on this thinking you're going to become a great creator without actually ever putting in any effort, you should not be in this shit. You should not even try. But yeah, so besides that, there's not much left with this. So yeah, that's my story on why I chose to apply for Streaming University.